Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Ordinary Vacationer. I'm Christina. Typically, my husband Brian does the videos with me, but today he's just going to be acting as my cameraman. So thanks, Brian. So this video today is going to focus on our cruise in March of 2025 that we took on the MSC Virtuosa, leaving from the port of Martinique. Here is a map of the destinations that we visited on this cruise and our itinerary. We do have a few other videos pertaining to this, including one on Martinique as well as the cruise ship itself. So check out these other videos. So our first stop on this cruise was to the beautiful French island of Guadeloupe. We decided the best way to see this island would be to book an excursion through MSC, and we decided on one that visited both a beach and the botanical gardens because we love visiting botanical gardens in different countries and states that we go to. Good morning. We're here at the Botanical Gardens in Guadeloupe. So let's go check it out. So this particular garden was the Botanical Gardens of Des Hay, in which we saw beautiful waterfalls, obviously plants and trees of different species, most of which were native to the island of Guadeloupe itself. We got to see some animals. We just had a lot of time to walk around freely and experience all the beautiful parts of this garden and what it had to offer. So I highly recommend visiting here if you go to this island. We stopped at a beach called Plage des Grands Ants. We didn't really get in the water or anything like that, but it was a beautiful beach that we could just walk around, hang out. We really enjoyed our time there. So overall, I would give this excursion probably a B+, A-. It was well run, and we got to see various parts of the countryside too on our way to the botanical gardens and the beach. So definitely put it on your list of things to see if you do get the opportunity to visit the island of Guadeloupe. So the next stop on our cruise, we visited Tortola, British Virgin Islands, which was absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. I would love to go back there and spend a whole week, but unfortunately, we only got one day and it's a pretty big island. So we really had to focus on something that was important for us to see. And we've heard a lot of people talk about the baths on Virgin Gorda. So that is where we decided to go. So we took a ferry ride to get over there, which I believe was about 45 minutes. It was a little bit bumpy, but overall fairly comfortable. It was air conditioned. It didn't feel like jam-packed in like sardines like you do on some of these boat rides over. So overall, I would say it was fairly pleasant. When we got there, a little bit chaotic with the tour company as far as like where to go and that, but eventually we ended up at a beautiful beach surrounded by huge boulders, and it was really pretty. So after our visit at the beach, we went on a long hike through these boulders, pools of water. It was very beautiful. I would say moderately strenuous. Definitely if you are elderly, have some mobility concerns, cardiac issues, you're pregnant or you're traveling with small children under the age of 2, I would maybe think twice about doing this whole hike. There are other parts of the Baths Park that you can see without doing it, but definitely if you're a pretty able-bodied person, I definitely think it's worth it, even if it's a little strenuous for you. So one thing I did want to mention is that even though we did book this excursion through MSC, if I went back, I don't think I would book it through a cruise. It's something very easily that you can book online, either on Viator or I mean, honestly, you can just buy a ticket on the ferry to get over there. It doesn't have to be organized through a group. And I think you may enjoy it a little bit more if you're not being herded along with people and have a restricted amount of time. So definitely if you get the chance to visit this park, I would say just, buy your ferry ticket separate, take the time to do that, and at least spend an afternoon here. You won't regret it, I promise. So next on our itinerary for this cruise was the beautiful island of St. Martin. Now, we didn't really do a lot this time because we had just been here about 4 or 5 months previous. And during that trip, we had a driver, which was great, and he took us around different parts of St. Martin. So mainly we just did some shopping and just kind of walking around the port. So our next stop on this cruise was to St. Kitts and Nevis. Good morning. Welcome. We are here at the beautiful island of St. Kitts. We're going to check out some shopping and see what they have before we head off on our excursion for the day. So let's head on in. On this particular island, we decided to go on an ATV tour, which was amazing. We went with a company called Sunny Blue Scooter Rentals. I found them online just doing a Google search, and the price was very good. The communication was good with the company. Highly recommend Sunny Blue Rentals when you're down there on St. Kitts. So we're getting ready to start our ATV tour for the next couple of hours with Sunny Blue Rentals. Brian obviously is driving, so we'll see how this goes. We also did some shopping as well, which we enjoyed, just kind of walking around the port. So they have a lot of stores right as you get off the cruise ship as well. So check that out. So our next stop on this cruise was at St. John's, Antigua, and we did book yet another MSC excursion, in which was called the Panoramic Antigua and Beach Tour. Now, let me start off by saying the places that we went on this tour were absolutely amazing, and all of these places that we went to see, I definitely think that you should visit. We were less than impressed with our tour guide and the tour company that actually ran this excursion. I definitely would think twice about booking through the cruise itself. To get to the positive aspects of it, we visited Nelson's Dockyard, Shirley Heights. We went to Valley Church Beach. All of these places, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful pictures. We had such a great time. The weather was perfect. So I cannot say enough about this. I definitely think that these are places that you need to visit if you get the opportunity to go to St. John's, Antigua. So our last full day on this cruise was actually an at-sea day. But overall, I would say the cruise itself was very memorable. The itinerary was excellent. The staff was amazing on our cruise ship. Our room, we stayed in the Royal Suite, which was phenomenal. Check out our video on that. So, but overall, I would say that while the itinerary was amazing, a lot of the excursions were just fine. I personally, if I went back to these, would just book excursions outside of the cruise ship. And again, it could have just been something specific with the tour companies that MSC uses, but we don't really like to be on a time crunch as much. We'd like to be able to have time to explore everything that the island has to offer. Overall, great cruise. Would definitely go back to all of these destinations. So until next time, this is Christina from Ordinary Vacationer signing off. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome back. We'll show you some video. Are you videotaping yourself?
Documenting. It's called evidence later.
We're in hell. This lady does not speak English. And I don't know what she's referring to. And we just want it to end. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
No, but that's okay.
The red light's on.
Yeah.
Here is a map of our itinerary. No, wait, hold on. So we figured that would be the best thing to see on this trip. So we went to, I don't like any of that. Should I say? Okay. Animals, obviously beautiful flowers and trees. So check out our pictures and video. I don't know.
I like it.
Okay, let's cut out this whole one. I'll just do it. So the next stop on our cruise, we visited. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, went to. Didn't sound good. Okay. Start from.
That introduction was good. We're just redoing bats.
So next on our itinerary was the beautiful island of St. Martin, which is, it's like half.
Oh, I'll look it up.
It's like half Dutch and half.
What's that in the
French?
I don't remember.
French and Dutch, I think.
I think you're right.
Right.
Dutch is one of them.
Okay.
Yes, French and Dutch.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Now there's cows. What the hell? Out of the way, Toby. Get on the right side of the road. Oh, we didn't like it.
It's doing a video.
This is our room number. We get this every single day. We don't have to reserve it ahead of time. If you want to, they'll bring you your drinks and everything. They'll put towels out here for you. The bar service will come over here and serve you. But it's a great way to beat some heat and also get some sun while you're over here as well.
Speaking of which, here comes our drinks now.
Yay! Decorating! I've been talking for an hour. When your blow dryer doesn't work in your MSC Yacht Club Royal Suite, you have to go to great lengths to dry your hair. This is another tips and tricks for my fellow travelers. Bye for now.